Perso can be the Marlboro man. You all know the Marlboro man. Huh? The one on the horse.
Oh.
Yes, yes. Huh? The Marlboro man is telling us smoke. Yes, we have it. No? So Marlboro man has sort of disappeared. We don't see him anymore, but some 10 years ago or so we saw him everywhere. Telling us smoke, huh? And smokers were in the leash of this Marlboro man. Huh? Or a more contemporary example would be Angelina Jolie. We were talking about Angelina Jolie the last time, huh? Because Angelina Jolie is telling you, what is she telling you?
Be like me and you will be happy.
Yes. Look, be like me, be like me. Huh?
Be like what?
Beauty.
Yes.
Like a
I don't know that. I don't sing that well.
Yeah.
But she's not
Interview.
beautiful. I'm not beautiful.
Well, that can be discussed. My dear Miracle.
I told him last time, for males they might be the princess or I don't know.
I am.
For
But
the girls it's just simple.
we were not only pointing out the Marlboro man and Angelina Jolie, we were pointing out other things as well, because even small children can become perso as well, because we might be in their leash. The parents are doing what children want, and so on and so on. So all this confirms that we are permanently entangled in the hands of perso. We are permanently entangled in the hands of others. And the last time we discussed a relevant term for this, which is called double bind. Double bind. The word to bind significantly associates to a rope, a leash. And a double bind means a situation where one person is a victim and another person or other persons are the masters. So the master is perso, and perso gives an order. So Angelina Jolie as perso says to you, young ladies, if you want to be happy, if you want that other people are looking at you, try to look in the same way as I do. Something like that. But now the double bind situation comes in. She might say as well, if you don't want to be ridiculous, if you don't want that people are laughing at you, don't try to look in the same way as I do. So that's a typical double bind situation. Whatever you do, it's wrong. Do this, or I will punish you. Never ever do that, or I will punish you. So it's always whatever you do is wrong.
Like another example with the kids, have kids and double punish you.
Yes.
Like have kids and double punish you. Because the kids will be telling you what to do and you have to work a lot of hours to provide and so on and so on. Yeah. On the other hand, do punish you too.
So it's if we yes. So we can later on when we come to the practical aspects of our personality development training, we will come back to this. But for the time being, we just have it at the table for a moment and just to remember it later on. So that's the way it is. It is very, very characteristic that we find ourselves in so-called double bind situations. In whatever, where we have two options. We have two options, but every option turned out to be the wrong one. And Perzo is laughing, ha ha ha.
So you're saying that in any situation we have only two options?
Not in every situation. Yes, it is not in every situation, but many times we find ourselves in such
Yeah, there
situations.
are always plenty of options, at least three. It's not like a black or white thing. Speaking generally, of course.
Many times that's the way it is.
If the kids, for example, you can have kids, not have kids, or adopt kids, something like that.
Still adopting kids, you have kids.
Yeah,
So you're still being punished.
but
So go punish him, it's better. Punish the god. And you're done. Make a group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, revolution, so you are okay then.
No, it's to have many women feel punished when they don't have kids. There's a strong desire to have kids. But then when they have kids, they are punished as well.
okay, they get a dog.
So then they regret their entire life that they have kids. It's a late time, huh? Should be parallel, exactly, parallel world. Remember that.
Would you like some water? Someone water? Professor?
No, thank you. So I just wait for a minute for this new participant. We can hear him already. And now. Oh, hello. Hello, long time no see. Huh?
How are you?
Yes. It's strange. All the women on the left side. The women on the left side, the gentlemen on the right side.
Except Mustafa, who is the most.
Yeah. He's
He's in between women and men.
no, I don't know that. I don't think
He balances the side.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that would bring us back to an anthropological conversation about why that is, why women mostly sit on the left side and on the right side, because the direction left is linked with wrong.
Oh.
And the reason, and that's why you should never ever trust women, because left, wrong, all all this has an anthropological connotation, and the reason why women are not allowed to drive car in Saudi Arabia and in other countries is simply because of that. Because they are not trustworthy, simply because they belong to the left from the very beginning.
No offense.
You can say the same for the men.
Yes, but in Saudi Arabia, where one takes such things literally, that's the real reason behind to know that. You know that never ever, if you go to Saudi Arabia, don't go behind the wheel.
But sir,
The females there do a revolution, I don't know what.
sir, the women are sitting to my right. It depends on which area you're standing. From yours, they're sitting
Yes,
to
a
the left.
perspective thing. This is the left side.
From those guys who are sitting over.
Right.
But it is. If you go the next time, make an experiment. The next time, when you are in town, make an experiment. Go to a shoe shop. Stand in front of the shoe shop. Where are the shoes for the women and where are the shoes for the gentlemen? Left mostly. For the women, right for the men.
Yeah, in the church it's the same, I think.
You see, and so on. Okay, but that's not our subject. Not our subject. We had this once in ethics. So today, I thought we bring up what it really means to be yourself. Can you be yourself? How is that possible?
If you trust a lot to yourself, you can't be yourself. You can. Yes. And sometimes you meet others alone.
No, that comes already close up.
You have to always restrain yourself in one way or another.
You have to define yourself first.
I have to define myself. Okay.
But we said that in different situations we put different masks.
See, she's not as stupid as she looks. That's always my impression. So I'll give you an example. How difficult it is, or how it works in the way Mariola had in mind. So whom shall we take? Let's take someone who is not here. We all know Dr. Vlachos. Dr. Vlachos.
Yeah.
Political science, good professor, political science. So now imagine, Dr. Vlachos is on the way to AUA, to give lecture in political science. He's over there at the crossing. 3 minutes away from AUA. And what does he see? He sees something. He sees all of a sudden something terrible. He sees that 3 or 4 zombies are kidnapping a school bus. Right up there. What is Dr. Vlachos doing? He knows that it doesn't make any sense to call the police. What can the police do against zombies? Nothing. In this very moment, and this would happen to all of us if we would see something as terrible as this or as terrible. We would wish to be Superman.
To have masks on.
We have to be Superman in order to solve the situation. Because what the police could not do, Superman could do it. Superman could stop the school bus like this. let the children go out of the school bus and take care of the zombies in this way. So that's a wish. That's a wish. Many times we are in such a situation where we wish to be someone else. But now, from the moment on, Dr. Flachos is Superman. We don't want to see him anymore as a professor for political science. We want to see him as Superman. Because he has performed once something very, very courageous, so we want to see this again. We don't want to hear him talking about North Korea. We want him to go to North Korea, to Kim Jong, whatever his name is, in order to deal with North Korea. That's all. So from the moment on we do something. From the moment on we are performing something for the others, in front of the others. The others are expecting us to do it again. From that moment on, we are forced to play a certain role. Take another example. Suppose that your boyfriend shuts you down.
It's crazy.
Huh?
With from the news that we heard, the athlete that he shut down.
That is like the one in South Africa, the fastest man without legs. He was, but let's do it a little bit more complicated. Suppose that your boyfriend shuts you, but luckily you survive. In a hospital. You are in a coma.
You
For
don't
some
remember
years.
that.
You're in a coma. And then at some point you wake up. What happened? Why? You realize what happened. From that moment on, you have only one thing in your mind. Revenge. So from that moment on, you get yourself a gun, and you start chasing the former boyfriend until you find him. So all these such things confirms the very popular saying that why to be yourself if you can be somebody else? Because many times in everyday life situations we have to change. Not only we have to, we are forced to change. So, and that this is confirming what we are calling here the tripartite constituent of our personality, the tripartite constituent of personality. Because normally when we are talking about ourselves, when I talk about myself, I mean my mind and my external appearance. That's the traditional concept when we are talking about a person, when we are talking about an individual. My mind and my external appearance, that's me. That's yourself. But that's wrong. Why is it wrong? Simply because we have to include the others as well. we do not exist without the others. The others are in your mind all the time, aren't they? Your parents, your friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, the boss, the neighbor, but also they are permanently in our mind. We can never ever get rid of them. They are chasing us in our dreams as well. We are dreaming about them. We have them pleasant or unpleasant things. But they are there, they are permanently there. Therefore, we cannot exclude the others. So, the tripartite constituent of our personality is, if we would have this as a pyramid, it would be on the top the mind, second part would be the other, and as a basement, the external appearance. But the other is permanently there. And because the others are permanently there, the others are telling us what to do and what not to do. So, therefore, the main question is, I have written it down, how can you be yourself if somebody else is a part of yourself? How can you be yourself if somebody else is a part of yourself? Tell me. How can you be yourself if Mrs. Miracle is a part of yourself? She is. Huh? It's in your mind. She's always there all the time. And vice versa.
Explain that a little bit. How can somebody else be a part of myself? Like, maybe I'm trying to imitate someone, but you mean someone trying to imitate me or something?
No. It is that you are not, how to say,
Example?
you never walk alone.
No, yeah, alone.
You never walk alone. Huh? I'm not referring to football. No. But you never walk, metaphorically speaking, you never walk alone because others are permanently with you, in your mind.
I'm defined by other persons, by my environment, that's what you mean?
Because you are in a society, so you have to communicate and to incorporate with the others. So
Whatever you say, for example, you think what the others will say, or will
Yeah,
think
that's true.
when you're saying it. So,
what are the
the others are part of
People
Yeah.
are always in your.
People are always in your mind.
Ah.
Even if you get dressed, you get dressed for the others, not for yourself.
You think to yourself, would this person like it? Would this person like my external appearance, for example?
Yeah.
or
Have you ever seen yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
What did you see? What did
The
you
others
see?
want to see.
Whom did you see when you looked in the mirror?
I have to start to go to the gym or something.
Arnold, sir.
No, tell me, tell me, did you see yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
No, you
He
didn't.
says yes.
yeah.
He says yes. Wrong. You said it's wrong. You did not see yourself in the mirror
Why?
because you saw in the mirror
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
how the others are looking at you.
You, yeah.
The others.
The others, not you.
I don't believe
Not
that the others are defining
not you were seeing yourself in the mirror. You were seeing how others are seeing you.
Because you know yourself, so you know that you have a red or
You have an inner image of
So
yourself.
it's not
Okay,
necessary
you
to see.
see yourself in the mirror. You see how others perceive you.
No.
Yeah,
If you
Phil,
want
I
to
don't
deserve
dare
it.
to, I almost
Yeah.
don't dare to ask you, but out of gentleman curiosity, have you ever seen yourself in the mirror? No? No, of course I could say his answer. Not what I mean. You did not see yourself. That's the point. That's the point. When you look in the mirror, you do not see yourself. You see how someone else sees you. But that's something completely different.
How do I see myself? Question. I don't.
There's no.
Yeah, just the idea that you need to go to the gym confirms that you do not see yourself, but how others are looking at you.
Yeah.
Because if you would be on a deserted island,
Yeah.
without a mirror, you would give a damn if you have some kilos too many, because no one would see you anyway. It wouldn't bother you. But it might bother you because you realize that others are realizing it, and that they might say, oh, he's so serious, I mean, he's a nice kid, but doesn't he have some kilos too many? If you would be on a deserted island, this idea would not cross your mind. Believe me. Because on a deserted island,
I'm trying to survive.
yes, you survive, you
But you don't care.
Robinson Crusoe, you don't care. I mean, to a deserted island, what would you take with you to a deserted island? Books, yes, your computer maybe, yeah, but definitely not a mirror. Definitely not a mirror. So I think that's a convincing illustration that whenever we look in the mirror, we do not see ourselves. We do not see ourselves. We see how others are seeing us. So how can you be yourself if the others are permanently there?
Try to forget about them for
Try to forget about them.
Yes, try.
But you
You
can't. It's impossible. They're always in your mind.
Even if they're like, ignore them. Ignore everything in your mind.
Yeah.
Think for
Just a
yourself.
minute.
For a minute or hour or how as much as you can. Then look at the mirror.
We can't because if we try to be ourselves, we're not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
We can't be happy with ourselves. We
What is to
cannot
say?
be happy
We cannot be
because
happy.
other people influences us. Okay, we need other people to help us, to help our characteristics, our personality, what we have to give to others. So for us to be who we are, we need somebody. Instead, two people, you cannot do things on your own. You need two heads to work together. So we need our neighbors to help us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To put it more clearly, what was your name again?
Vangelis.
Vangelis, okay. Vangelis simply wants you to be in a certain way. Huh? Vangelis wants you to be in a certain way. And Vangelis wants you to act in a certain way, to think in a certain way, to look like in a certain way. That's the way, yes.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So that's a situation you cannot escape.
The same applies to our parents.
With the parents the same. Your parents, yes, now I remember your father is talking philosophy with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Your parents want you to be in a certain way. Parents want you to study, to professionals.
It's still the same thing. We're still not ourselves. Because if we are living under pretense, my father wants me to be in a certain way.
You're not yourself.
I know myself too. So I am living under pretense. He wants me to be in a certain way. Even if I love him, I do it according to the love I have for him. Not for the fact that I want to be that person he wants me to be. So I live under pretense.
Still, you're not yourself.
Yeah, that's so.
So-
However you phrase, yes. please.
So basically, you're saying that to be yourself, you have. It's like, how should I say it? Basically, you're never yourself because you always have to wear a persona, not a mask, so you can please others. So the only way you can be yourself is to be alone, to not have anyone in your surroundings. So you won't force yourself to please others. You can start by pleasing yourself.
Yes, exactly. Yes, very good. Yes, goes in the right direction. So when you are born, small baby. Do you have a character? No. Do you have a personality? No. Do you have an identity? No. Okay. You are, let's say, a tabula rasa.
So you grow up as a
You grow up. Do you grow up by yourself?
No,
No.
as a double bind.
You grow up with your parents. Yeah? The parents are after you all the time. Huh? They bring you into terrible double bind situations. If you do this, I'll punish you. If you don't do this, I'll punish you, and so on. Huh? In school the same. Higher education the same. All the time. Huh? So this means that your character, your personality, your identity, however we phrase it, is not anything which comes from yourself. It's not anything which has something to do with yourself. It is something which has been brought to you.
Nurtured.
Sort of, yeah. Huh? It has been brought to you. You have been forced. Huh? Huh? You have been forced to smile when you see other people. Huh?
No.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
still
everybody.
like in the bad way.
Let's say social standards.
It
All
depends.
this has been imposed on you. You have been forced to do this.
Yeah, for example, if I'm working and I destroyed my computer
That's
three
working
times,
environment.
today, and I call you 3 times to come and fix it. You might get pissed off with me because for a stupid mistake I don't understand it, and then you'll get pissed off. But you never will show it because your whole time will be pleased because I'll fire you.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Ooh.
We're talking about working environment here.
Anytime, environment.
Social environment, because if you are with friends, you can be yourself. You don't have to smile.
No,
That's
still
what
you
I'm
cannot
talking about.
smile even when you say me what you have. What I've done to you.
No, they will not.
What
If
you
they're
done?
friends, they will not. They will not
In the
question
same
you.
way as you say good morning to your parents,
Why?
good morning to me, good morning to your neighbor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
I
but
know
you
you.
don't have
Why
to
you
smile.
say so?
You don't have to smile at your parents.
Okay, leave the smile.
You will not question.
In the same way as you're forced to talk. Why to talk? Why should we talk?
I don't
You
why
just
should we
walk
say
and not
no?
say.
Why
That
do
goes
you
too
say
far.
no?
Of course you have to.
Yeah, that's
It's in the
Yeah,
same.
why?
It's in the
Why to
same.
say hi? How are you? And
It's
you know,
something that I learned to do it like this, you know?
yes.
I don't want to do it.
It was not inside
It's a
you.
formality.
When you were born,
Yeah.
it was not there.
Yeah.
Your background, your culture.
So if every action you do is forced by another person, how do you know what do you want? How do you know what you really want?
That's exactly what the question is. That's exactly what the question is. Huh? So
in this moment you have a double-minded. I'm a victim, and the masters tell me what I have to do when I'm growing up.
many times you don't know what to do. Many times you don't know what to do. And this, when I say to myself, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do is an indication for a double-bind situation. And you are right. What is your name?
Moaz.
Huh?
Moaz.
Moaz, no, Moaz. So absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. We are facing enormous difficulties by explaining what it really means to be ourselves, simply because somebody else is permanently with us. That's a situation we cannot escape. Really, your parents are gone, but your kids are with you. Your parents are in your mind as well, even when they are gone.
Always.
Always. You see.
Even when I'm asleep,
Yes.
I dream of my parents giving me orders.
Yes. Yeah. It's the same for you. Yes. So, where do we have Vera? Where do we have Borina? Where do we have the dearest? Where do we have Miracle? Where do we have Vangelis? You see, we cannot reduce ourselves to our mind and our external appearance. That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. We have to include the others. From the moment on we are including the others. We have a more solid ground to stand upon. And from the moment on we are including the others, we understand that we might play other people's game. That's what you meant, huh? We tend to play other people's game because the other people are demanding this from us. Huh? We would demand from Dr. Flachos that he continues to play Superman, even if he's not in the mood to do so. He would say, come on, that was once with the zombies and the school bus. Let's talk about political science again. He said, no, please, come on, continue to be Superman. Or when you are on your revenge, we would like to see you, since you are on the way with your gun, gunning down others as well, like Beatrix in Kill Bill. That's what I'm referring to, because that's a typical revenge story. And Beatrix Kiddo in Kill Bill, she never had revenge on her mind from the very beginning, but she was forced to become a revengeful woman simply because Bill had put a bullet in her brain. And from that moment on, she had nothing else in mind except revenge. We read this in the newspapers all the time. We hear it in the media all the time. Somebody has been cheated. Somebody has been cheated, so he is cheating back, and so on and so on. So we agree? Can we agree upon that? That we have to include the others in our rationality. That you yourself, you are never ever yourself. Do you like it? Or is it uncomfortable? I think it's rather uncomfortable, isn't it?
It's true, just the fact.
Then what are we?
We cannot
If we are a compilation of multiple people, what are we exactly?
The discussion what we have here is a very old discussion. It dates back to 2,000-3,000 years before Christ. The Indians have been discussing this already. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult. We will not be able to find a simple solution. Solution for this. The only thing we can do is to find an orientation. Is to find an orientation how to think and to act among other people.
So we need a master.
In order not to become a victim of the master.
Yeah.
In order to keep Persu and Persu's dog on a distance. Because otherwise we would be lived instead of living. And that's a very common situation. People are lived by others. They are not living by themselves. Isn't it?
Used to it now, and we can change it.
But many times it's not possible. It's not possible anymore. From a certain point of view on, people are lived by others. And this is mostly from the moment on you start a professional career, you have settled yourself in a private environment, you have obligations towards, let's say, a bank or something like this, and so on. Then you have to continue. Then from that moment on, there is no way out anymore. You're locked up by the others. So we know all this, even so we cannot verbalize this very clearly for us, but we know it. It's our intuition, our instinct is telling us that's the way it is. So the only thing we can do is to develop a strategy not to get lived by us, to develop a strategy to keep Persu and his bloody dog on a distance, not to end up in this terrible situation we have on the illustration.
I think that this thing wants a little bit passion, and because of people want to do to work with the big changes, and they don't do passion for the things
I think even
they want.
if you try.
So if you have to take distance from Persu and his dog, so you have to do a lot of passion, to stay and to wait, and you do walking with with the
Still
same
it's
distance with the other.
Yeah, but still it's not yourself.
But you have to
be
do it.
patient in order to scream to them or to do whatever you want. Still you can. You're acting like
But
someone
you have
else
to
would.
do it. You are
Yes. In one way or the others, we have to survive in this situation. So what we have to do, if we would continue in this line, what we have to do do is to develop survival skills.
Survival instincts.
So, yes, survival instincts. How to survive as an existence who can never be oneself. How to survive as an existence
And not
who is sort of kidnapped, occupied by others. How to do. So, as you know, some of you know that I'm fascinated by the ancient Greeks, and by dealing with Perso and his dog, by looking closer, it came to my mind. This is something I have seen before. Or this is something this reminds me of something. What is it? And surprisingly, or maybe not at all surprisingly, I looked up Plato again. And it's approximately the same time. Perso is 600 BC. Plato is 300 BC. It's the same, sort of the same age. And by looking up the description of the psyche by Plato, I realized that's exactly the situation. That's exactly the situation with Perso and the dog. Now, let me explain this to you. It is not, or I don't know, Borina, you as a psychiatrist, have you got acquainted with Plato's construction of the psyche, the soul, huh? The psyche. No.
I think I don't study
Yeah, so, yeah. So, yeah, you'll get the handouts. I have, Vera has made it very nicely on a handout. So just let me continue for a moment. Plato has a description of the soul. The soul. The soul is a mystification anyway. We talk about our soul, but no one really knows what the soul is. It's something which is no one has ever seen his or her soul. I mean, I have never seen mine, you have never seen yours, and so on. It's something which is supposed to be there. Plato has an interesting angle insofar as he is using the word soul as a synonym for the word psyche. So, the mind. So Plato gives us a description of how our psyche is constructed. And by understanding how our psyche is constructed according to Plato, we have automatically a method to keep Perso and his dog on a distance. It's very fascinating. So imagine a triangle. Imagine again a triangle. We had the triangle of Perso. The three constituent of the personality. On top the mind, the others, and on the basement our external appearance. So now imagine next to it another triangle where you have on top the mind. The mind is connected with reason. The mind is connected with reason, with rational thinking, with logic, with insight, and all these kind of things. I have to look it up before I say something. No, I have it myself, so here. Just a moment. It's better I show it to you. Yeah.
Can I take illustrations?
No, here. Maybe I can.
We haven't made
Yes, I know. So. So on the second part of this triangle, don't worry, everyone will get a handout. On the second part of this triangle, you have something which Plato calls spiritedness. Spiritedness means to be full of energy, ready to go up and go, huh?
Full spirit.
Yes, bravery, acting according to your own convictions and so on, huh? Not listening to the others. Yes, I'm gonna do it, huh? And most importantly, in this section, you are proud about your self-worth and dignity.
what you have done.
Yes, your self-worth, your dignity. And you have a desire for social recognition.
And you are ready to fight for it.
Exactly. Yes, even you know.
For the things that
Yes,
you
you
want.
are not as
Yeah.
stupid as you look right up.
You have bad impressions of women.
Yeah. So, the third part, down there, this is a part of our psyche, of our soul, which is concerned with sensual pleasures. Huh?
The
What is,
performance.
yes, everything, there we do everything in order to have pleasure and to avoid pain. Looking for pleasure
And
to avoid pain.
and to be accepted from the society that you are.
Yes, we just want to have a good time. We want to have a good time, we want to eat well, we want to drink well, we want to do everything well. I mean,
Perfect.
exactly. So, interesting for native Greek speakers. The second part here is called thymos. Thymos in Greek means rage. Rage.
Anger.
Yes. So there was always a riddle. No one understood why Plato is calling this second part of the soul, this second part of the psyche, thymos.
Maybe this is the part that you started your career and to started your life to be
This
different.
give you the force to fight for emotions.
Gives you the reason to fight, because if someone is telling you, Mariola, who are you anyway? I mean, you have nothing. You don't achieve anything. You're just you're nothing, huh?
You lower your status.
Then you would stand up and you would say, hey, listen, huh?
Yeah, it's like the opposite sides of you.
Yes. So whenever we hurt other people's dignity.
So in this section you give prize to yourself? Or
Because this section gives you the reason why for
Yes. In this section,
So you give price to your,
in this section, I deal with Perso and the dog, because that's the section where I have my social interrelation with other people. Because otherwise I would not have a motivation to develop a self-dignity, a self-worth. Why to do this? Why to do this if I would live on a deserted island? Would be totally useless. Why to get hurt if someone calls me a piece of shit?
Why would I do something for her if she doesn't even recognize,
Yes.
doesn't appreciate what I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's again, yes, very good.
Can I say something? One has to clarify something. I don't believe that in ancient Greek, Themos rather, or Themos, whatever, the root is the same. It didn't originally mean rage. This is a meaning. It was acquired in modern Greek.
Yeah.
I think in ancient Greek it meant more something like inner drive.
Or inner drive,
I'm
yes.
not sure about it because I have to look it up.
Spiritedness,
But
yes.
definitely it was not rage in ancient Greece.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it has evolved, meaning rage in modern Greece. It's like, yes, the inner drive, I believe, is something like a force within you.
stimulates your
Yes,
emotions
yeah.
and pushes you to drive to do something.
Yeah, pushing, yes, okay, one could.
Pushes you to become Angelina Jolie, for instance.
Yeah.
For instance.
Pushes you over the edge, basically.
Yeah. I think whatever it is.
Because you know, words from ancient Greek.
I
don't
know
always
they
mean
have
the
a
same in
different,
modern
they have to
Greek.
take,
Some of
yes,
them
yes,
different
they have a different meaning, they have a different connotation. But what is interesting is that the second part of the soul, obviously, is that part which is related to our entanglement with other people. So our entanglement to other people simply because it is the self-worth, dignity, to stick up to when we have and so on. So now when you look at this triangle, at this pyramid, which of the three parts is the strongest and the weakest? You have on top the mind, in the middle the spirit, and down the central appetite. You have eros, themos, nous, and logos. Which one is the strongest and which one is the weakest? Tell me.
I believe the sensation is the strongest. Because you do everything for your own good, basically. You want to feel happy all the time.
The mind is the first,
The
most
mind.
strong.
The mind is the strongest.
I think Timos is the strongest. Because it's something that gave me the push to use my mind to fight for something that I want.
Now you take all this from your mind.
Yeah, but it's your Timos who pushes your mind.
Really, it must be cost.
I'm afraid I do not agree with your ideas that the mind is the strongest. I'm afraid that the mind is the weakest. The mind is the weakest part because eros and themos,
Came from spirit.
they are influencing the mind.
The mind.
They are influencing the mind. They are treating the mind. They are trying to surpass the mind. They're saying, the self is the mind, that doesn't matter anyway, come, let's do it.
Those are the voices inside your head.
Yeah,
But you're the master of your mind.
yeah. But most people, yes, but most people listen to their feelings.
Yeah, not to the mind.
No.
For example, if you love someone, all the others say no, don't love this one. It's not the right guy for you, and all this stuff. You're saying no, I love this one, even that you know is not the right one. Still, you're listening your feelings, not your mind. Your mind is saying that, yeah.
I believe there's two types of people. People who base their actions on emotions, and people who base their actions on rationality.
And on logic, maybe.
Yeah, logic and rationality.
Yes, of course. Of course, if you base your actions on eros and themos, to use this vocabulary, then you base your actions on your emotions. And by doing so, you switch off your mind. You are offline. You are independent from your mind. And this is exactly what happened all the time to many people. They imagine a person does not want something else except pleasures and is showing on top of it a vanity. A total mindless person. There are plenty of them. Go on the streets, you'll see them. So again, this confirms that the mind is the weakest part. So therefore, yes.
I want to say it has to do with conscience too. Like we have a good conscience, we have a bad conscience. Like the conscience is something that tells you what is good and what is bad. It's like two angels playing with us, the good angel and the bad angel.
The voices inside your head.
Yeah. So which am I going to take, the good part or the bad part?
Do you mean conscience? Conscience, not consciousness. Okay, your conscience is telling you what is right and what is wrong to do. The mind is supposed to know that, because the mind is supposed to know how to think and to act. So
To rationalize.
yeah, to rationalize things. But if you are disturbed by eros and themos, the mind cannot function. You have a permanent malfunction. And if you don't watch it, these two parts, they can influence the mind in a way that the mind gives in.
For example, like what? What are the situations where there's a malfunction and the mind gives in? And an example for this.
That is, people, youngsters, younger people than you are, they easily end up in criminal activities because their friends are telling them, hey, come on, let's do it. We just go into this convenience store.
And you base your actions on emotions more than rationality.
Yes. Or something which is very common and which is a very bad thing is if you are on the roads on a Saturday night, like tonight, there are a lot of very young men on their motorbikes and in their cars. So you have a combination between testosterone and alcohol, these two things. And on a motorbike, that makes the whole thing even worse. If they would be home alone, it would be okay. But on a motorbike or in a car, can be deadly. Then they might want to impress their friends, or their girlfriends, and wow, that's how it works. That's how it works. Here one has a very clear illustration how terrible it can be when Eros and Timos are switching off the mind.
That's why they need another companion who is rational, who bases decisions on the mind.
If you have one mistake, sometimes, or mostly they don't.
Like, for example, relationships, marriages, one has to be rational and the other has to be emotional. There can never be a good relationships between two people who rely most of their decisions on their mind, and on the same ground, there can never be a good relationship between two people who base their actions on Eros and Timos.
Yes. I would. Yes. Do you agree? Do you agree on that?
Two emotions married, and two people with two brain thinking married.
Because one of them has to follow the other. The brain thinkers, one of them has to change his state of mind.
Yeah.
Like if you have two people in love, with both of them they have rational thinking. One of them has to be superior on the other, so the other has to change his state of mind into depending on Eros and Timos, and this causes a lot of stress in the relationship.
Yes, sir. Yes. I agree. That's absolutely. Yes. It's true. The whole